Hello Connective, welcome back. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you don't know how I work, I pull a bunch of different cards from different decks that tell a story and we talk about it. If you like the content, feel free to subscribe. Don't smash anything. With that being said, let's get into this energy. This is a collective reading for Taurus. We're going to see if we can get anything to come out for Taurus. I'm just going to move these this way. Oh, okay. Okay, why? Taurus. All right. It's sitting there staring at me upside down, and it's the only card that flipped upright. So maybe we'll just put it on the table upside down for once. I'll tell you what card it is in a second. All right, yeah. Yeah, these cards have had a lot of energy coming out. So, yeah, not surprised. All right, one more, and then we'll put them away. Come on. Wow. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's get them on the floor. All right. What do we have for Taurus? Let's see everything now. Upside down. Oh, I'm not taking those upside down. Why? All right. Yeah. Oh, this sucks. Everything's upside down, so we're going to turn this upright. Damn. Okay. Okay. Well, we've got what? Everybody's getting this card. Okay. So, first of all, ooh. Okay. Okay. We've got what would really be considered almost like for like people, or that could either be a persona or it could be like a symbolism. So let's go through the angels first. We've got the 5th chakra, Archangel Gabriel. So this is the throat chakra. Last time it was somebody who couldn't speak. And this is 3rd chakra, Archangel Chamuel. This is like our power center, our solar plexus. And then we have the angel of balance here. So a lot of times if they're a person, I consider that this is a possible person. And we also have the angel of love, right? Okay. So we have, let's do anxiety to our right. We've got storm warning. See what that's all about. And then we have the garden and the gate. We always talk about this one. She's standing there at the gate. The gate is locked. She has the key around her neck. The abundance is out those gate doors. She knows she has the key around her neck. We're not sure why she's standing there. You're on the temple path, Taurus. Means you're probably on a spiritual awakening. I mean, you got angels showing up. You got all kinds of angels showing up. You could be a light worker in the world. So let's see what's up with Taurus. Let's ask him what Alice has to. Let's ask Alice what Alice has to say about Taurus. Alice, would you like to help us out with Taurus's message today about what's on the table? Are these people or symbols? And what's this storm warning about? The anxiety and the garden of the gate. We're going to just ask ahead of time for clarification on those. Let's pull some cards. All right, let's see what's up. All right, we would like 3 cards from the Alice the Wonderland deck. Let's see what we get. I had to like pull all of Scorpio's cards, so at least they're coming out. Let's see. Angel of balance and the angel of love. Okay, so that's at least 2. Oh, it's 3. Okay. Oh. Okay. Let's just grab the moons while we're doing this. Okay. So we have nonsense. We have Such a curious dream. And a moment's regret. Nostalgia. This is the card. Actually, we're going to put that there. What's happening, Taurus? Anxiety. Storm warning. No way. It's kind of like, okay, the funny thing about it is in the other readings, like the cards didn't look bad, but the storyline was kind of like, I was going to say poop. It's like, it was kind of like funky, you know, and it's like, I'm sort of seeing it now and I'm not. They were just kind of like, you need to do, you know, it's kind of like normal stuff in life. Like, you need to overcome this. You need to, you know, this is how you're supposed to handle this problem. Like, it kind of seemed like it was a small thing, but it was a really big thing if you didn't want to repeat it kind of thing, you know. This right now, and I don't know, I can't be sure, but this, like, right now looks like somebody blew up on someone. And, like, they're, like they're dealing with the consequences of that. What? I don't get messages like this. Taurus, what are you doing? What is going on here? Let's find out. Let's see if the moons have any messages for Taurus, or if they can tell us like what other signs might be involved. Just looking for 3 cards from the Moonology manifestation deck. What's going on here? Is it really what it looks like? It usually is. It usually is, Taurus. Did you say something or do something to someone? What is that? Well, it looks like, hold on. Looks like Leo. New moon in Leo. Shine. Okay. Could use 2 more moons. Oh. First quarter moon in Scorpio. Oh, release your blocks. Here we go. What's going on with Taurus? Looks like we got 2 more moons. Let's see. All right. All right, so we got new moon in Aquarius, open up to change, and last quarter moon in Gemini, clear your mind. All right, you know what? We're just going to pull a blind spot. We're going to figure out what Taurus's blind spot is right now so that we can just talk about it all together. It doesn't look terrible. I mean, this storm warning card usually is like somebody who blows up a lot, but maybe it's not you that blew up on somebody. Maybe somebody blew up on you. It'd be easier to deal with it that way. Here, let's see. I mean, all I could really tell you is calm down. But that's not really what's on the table, is it? It's talking about clearing your mind and opening up to change and shine, I guess. Maybe. What's this? So this is the sigil. This is a very interesting sigil, actually. I'm going to give it a moment here, if you can see it. We'll give you another opportunity to look at it. 51. What's our block? So, belief. So that actually didn't make sense. If that is in the charge. Oh. Okay. So this isn't just a belief. This is like a belief, like, this doesn't look like somebody who blows up all the time. Right? Well, let's just talk about it for a minute like you're the person that blew up, Taurus, okay? By blew up, I mean like you were having a conversation that got heated, or it was an argument. Somebody was trying to hold all the power. You were like either talking over them or trying to out-talk them or trying to get power through your voice, right? I mean, it looks like people were trying to keep it together, right? In the conversation. I really want to call it an argument. If it wasn't an argument between two people, someone was mad. Right? And someone else, I feel like, wants to leave. Yeah, this is what the other readings were like. It's like, I mean, we have gotten this before with this card. Like, it's kind of like being on the fence about walking away, you know, kind of thing. Sometimes it's just fear about, like, the unknown, like not wanting to go, you know, outside the gate. Like, if you're used to what's inside the gate, like not wanting to step outside the gate, even though you have the key. Like, it could be, right? Especially if you're on, like, some kind of spiritual awakening and you're scared. Like, you don't know. Maybe you're seeing stuff in a relationship somebody else isn't seeing because they're not awakening, you know, it could be. And I wanted to say that an ending, like, because of a moment's regret here, usually, like, it's like, you know, nostalgia, like looking back, like I made a mistake. I did something and I made a mistake, and I'm looking back and I regret it. But it's like, I don't see an ending on the table, except for this card right here, which is like such a curious dream. It's kind of like waking up and realizing that none of it ever happened, kind of thing. If nothing ever happened, then I don't know why anxiety would be on the table. Or a storm warning. Maybe the warning, you know, came and then, like, people didn't blow up. Maybe people were worried, but it didn't, you know, that didn't happen or whatever. Like, it was just like the sun was just shining. We have blocks on the table. We have release our blocks, right? We have clear the mind. And we have open up to, it's actually, yeah, that does say change. Open up to change. I don't understand why this nonsense card is on the table. I mean, it really just looks like a belief. It could be any kind of belief. I mean, it could be a belief that's causing the argument between the two people enough to where somebody wants to leave. I mean, a belief could be somebody wants to have kids and somebody doesn't, or somebody feels like it's a terrible time to have kids. I mean, that's a belief. It could be anything. Somebody wants the upper hand. Somebody else wants to talk their way out of it or talk their way through it. Through it meaning, like, they want to solve it. They do want to solve it. And they want to do it, like, with love. They don't want to do it underhandedly. Like, it's not that kind of an argument. That's why the anxiety is there. It's very serious. I don't know what it's about. I don't really see money on the table, right? I just see regret. I see either like a indecision. like I said before, on the fence, or like a decision that is regret, that is bringing regret. I mean, yeah, it's almost like moving forward from that, from whatever this was. I don't know if together or separate, but it's almost like moving forward from that. It's not an ending. People still love each other. They still have balance in their lives. It's not like it tore everything up, but they still love each other. Everything is intact. There's just somebody feels very strongly about something, and somebody else is sorry that they pushed them to whatever point it was. It doesn't have to be like they did something they were going to regret. It could just be that they hurt someone's feelings, and they've never hurt that person's feelings before like that, and they're sorry. Or, you know, they might have even hurt the person's feelings in a way where it's triggered other stuff, and they saw how it bothered them, and it created a regret. Like maybe the situation that they were, you know, conversing about wasn't that important for that to happen, kind of thing. Because I don't see anybody leaving. It was literally upside down when it came out. I mean, all these cards were, you know, but then it would be a lot worse than, you know, just release your blocks and shine and clear your mind and open up to change, you know. Even nonsense and such a curious, you know, dream. It's not that terrible. And I mean, yeah, it's a tornado. I feel like it's over there. Like, it's just like, you know. So, you know, the healing cards will probably help us like figure out exactly what's kind of going on here. You know, maybe what belief we have to heal from, or just maybe what kind of storms we're talking about, or how to get rid of the anxiety. It's just like the other readings, like there's good cards on the table, but it's like, hey, you have to overcome something. And it's like these cards kind of really tell us more like how bad it is, the thing that we have to overcome. You know what I mean? But again, this looks like, I don't get very many of these, like when we talk about like fights, or like fights in relationships, or not fights, but like, I mean, most of the time it's breaking up. Like I said, there's endings on the table. There is no ending on this table here. None. I mean, the only thing is this, a lot of times when you're releasing your blocks and stuff, you are doing it like at the end. Like a lot of times a moment's regret, you know, you're looking back, the nostalgia, you're like, did I do the right thing by leaving that situation? But I'm not taking this card as being like this time. And again, this is like talking nonsense. This is like saying something to someone that you wish you could take back. Someone's not playing. I am not necessarily saying that the person that spoke nonsense is playing around, but it's a possibility that the situation doesn't mean as much to one person as it does to the other, to the point where it should get serious enough where that person should consider walking. Unless somebody is not taking seriously how important something is to someone. And it could be that they are, and they just really feel strongly the other way, and it's causing them both anxiety. You know, for some reason, having a child keeps coming to my head. It's like one person wants to have a child and one doesn't. You know? Maybe that's what this guy is. I want to have a child. I want to have a child. And he's like, are you kidding me? We can't. Whatever. Don't you like the way our life is right now? It's perfect. We love each other. We don't have like things that stress us out. And they're like, yeah, but I want to build something, you know, outside this gate. And the person's like, blah, 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 blah. And then later on, this person's like, do you want me to leave? And the other one's like, I was just, you know. But the thing is a lot of times you can't, like, Well, I was going to say you can't take it back. Like, it's one of those things where it's like, you know, even if you go back to that person and you tell them, like, I'm so sorry I said that. That was just, you know, I was just like pretending to be Charlie Brown's friggin' teacher, and I wasn't even listening to the conversation. You know, it's not really going to help you out after that. You realize that that's what the regret is. The fight wasn't that bad. It's what you said in it. Right? You had this belief that just jacked you up, made you think that you could just kind of talk your way out of it, and that person would just have to yield to like what you said. And the balance is still there. The love is still there. The people are still there. The gate's still there, right? You might have to let go of this belief, Taurus. This belief is what got you in trouble, whatever that belief is. It might be around kids. It might be around women who have, you know, who are pregnant. Who knows what your belief is on this one? It could be anything. Who put it there, first of all? Who created this belief? Was it you? Why? Is it worth it? Is it worth your relationship? I know you're working towards something with this person. I know that you're not just in it for nothing. I get that. I know that. I want you to consider clearing your mind and opening up to change. Okay? Because you can't go, what do you mean? I never said that. Oh, you must have been dreaming. All right, you're gonna have to be better than that. Right? I kind of more take this as like somebody just saying something that really upset the other person. But Taurus, I will tell you that if you're with someone that you have a decent relationship with and you love that person and you blew up, I don't care if you feel bad about it or not. You need to apologize. Again, if you don't regret it, you will. And the thing is this situation is telling me that whoever blew up doesn't care as much about it as the other person that didn't blow up. A lot of times what happens is we won't necessarily respond, react, or blow up, but we will remember this. We'll remember it. So you need to keep in mind, I said we, I'm a Scorpio, Scorpio's on the table. If you're dealing with a Scorpio, they're going to remember it big time. You know, I mean, I can't imagine that Leo will let you off either, but this could cause a problem even if you didn't stay in this relationship, which it looks like you will. This could cause a problem in other relationships. Either your reaction, response to the situation, or that belief that made you, say or do whatever it was that you did. It's not just this situation that this is going to affect. You need to understand. You need to stop talking nonsense and figure out what that is. You need to clear your mind. Consider what the other person is asking you. Consider it. I'm not saying say yes. I'm just saying consider it. Right? So that's if you're the person that blew up. Now, Taurus, I'm talking to the person who might have had someone blow up on them. Okay? Again, I know that it's most likely whatever you're asking for is a small thing. If it's not a small thing, it could be that it is a big thing that everybody expects. In other words, you're not asking for anything that anybody else wouldn't ask, you know, and you're not even being pushy about it. Like you're, you know, the conversation is still being had, but that's because you keep trying to do the same thing with the same person and you just really want them to understand. I get it. And now you're kind of like, should I just go find someone else? I always tell people to go through the gate. I don't necessarily think you should or shouldn't leave in this situation, Taurus. If this is you that, you know, somebody blew up on, you still have the balance, the love, and the temple path and the world on the table. Now, having said that, I do believe, just by the way this reading looks right now, that even if you did leave, you would still have balance, love, the temple path, and the world in your life. I do. I don't believe it is tied to this person that you're with, right? But I will say that I do believe if it's not you that said something that you would regret, then I believe that they regret the way they handled you, right? Someone has anxiety. Maybe them, maybe you, maybe both of you, right? To the point where you really can't even see it extremely clearly because you're still playing the recording in your head of what that other person said because you're trying to figure out if that was real. Like what, you know, how can I move forward like this if this is the belief, right? Could be your belief too. Like as that person who had somebody blow up on them, you could believe that, well, if this person blows up, like they don't love me, or whatever that belief is that's causing this, standing at the gate. And it's a possibility you have to walk through the gate to get this and this alone. It's a possibility you could walk through that gate and take somebody with you. You have all this like this is like foundation and like backing, you know, support, right? You do have some blocks you have to release because you probably have some healing that needs to be done. It's probably the reason why you got yourself in this situation. For the most part, you're a well-balanced person, right? Either Taurus that I might be talking to, the person that said it or the person that had it said. Balanced people, right? You're like stable, strong, you know, comforting. This thing that happened is not you. We're not used to it, right? I'm going to tell the person that the other person might have been harsh with to open up to change as well, just to consider the other person's side. Maybe you can agree. Maybe you can't agree on the timing of what you want, but maybe you can at least agree on what you want. Like if you know, maybe you could come together to pick a time as opposed to just like doing everything right now, if it's possible, right? This can make you stronger if you you know, kind of treat each other with respect and like talk your way through it. It's possible. I think we're at a point now where we're going to do an extended. We're going to pull some more cards. The link will be in the description. I think at this point, I want to pull some more cards. Figure out if we can either stake out that belief or, you know, any of this other stuff that's on the table. So, Taurus, if this is your reading, meet us over at the extended. If not, until we meet again.